Hi, I'm Missy the High Priestess, and I did not like my cover picture. I did not like it. Anyways, you can find me on Lisi the High Priestess on TikTok for my other readings. You can find me on Lisi's World for my other talents on TikTok. Lisi the High Priestess 86 on IG. Lisi the High Priestess 2 por TikTok y YouTube Español para mi gente latina. YouTube, press like, subscribe, notification with the notification bell. You can get my lives. If not, you have to wait 12 hours. I like to tell unique stories because they will not resonate with everyone. I just like telling stories. It's a lot better. It's a lot juicier. It's not tea. It's fucking Hennessy. Okay? I wanted to show you guys the cards today. I think yesterday only one person got to see my life for Aquarius. I'm glad I took it off because it wasn't. I'm trying to keep myself busy. I tend to keep myself busy because it keeps my mind from thinking of the things that like plague my mind. And I know that I got to be alone with my thoughts sometimes so I could get past the things that are going to pass. I want to tell you a dream I had last night, Aquarius. This is the second time I have this dream, and it's starting to worry me. I dreamt of a town that was kidnapping people that were going into these festivals. This is in my dream. It was a location in Oregon, and the people in the town, they like all practice witchcraft. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not against witchcraft. I'm against the thugs in witchcraft. Not just like we do agree, like I told Sagittarius, I was like, there's black and white and everything. There's some really dark motherfuckers out here. Would you assume that what Michael Myers and for example, the movies and even like Chucky, that's all witchcraft. Possessing the body of a doll and coming not being able to die, because Michael Myers was out there on revenge for his sister. Sister always survived it. Freddy Krueger, the curse, the things that he was doing while he was alive, Candyman, like all of that. Would you consider that black magic? Anyways, in my dream, I dreamt there was a town that was hypnotizing. Um, I don't know. It felt like that movie Get Out. And they were like making vehicles stop and all kinds of shit. And yo, in my dream, I was running away from them. And I had like Terminator superpowers. Dog. They were, oh, dog. Oh my gosh. Aquarius. Oh my gosh. The way I was running in my dream, I was like, I wish you would have seen me. I was running like a motherfucker. My senses were red flag, run, 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 run. And I was like running through like snow. There was snow and there was a pathway. And I was telling people, don't come over here. Don't fucking come over here. Because they were using like a magnetic field to suck people in. And it felt like a warp. It was warping people in. And the people that were already there have already gotten possessed by something that wasn't like. Do you guys remember the movie? Is it no? It's not Fraternity or The Faculty. It was like that. And this is the second time I dreamed this shit. I feel like I'm really there. Like somebody really's there. And it's this woman. It's like not me, but it's me. You know what I'm saying? Almost like if I go into her body and I'm helping her get the fuck out. Because in my dream, that's I jumped into a body and I was helping her get the fuck out because as soon as I jumped into her body and I woke up from the back of the truck. Someone, the first time I dreamt this dream, she was being drugged. I was being drugged. In my dream, I was being drugged. And it was this couple that kidnapped me. And they took me to this party or whatever. And they had their kids, but they had something prepared for me. But I wandered off. And I ended up meeting a shaman lady. And she was like blind and she had colored like her eyes were gray. Look, this ain't for everybody, but you ever seen some of the most powerful psychics? Their eyes go gray. Now, not everybody's gonna have the luxury or the unfortunate event to see that because it's not for everybody. Because if you are not mentally prepared for what you're about to see, you might freak the fuck out. It will be the last time you ever show up there. So, high level magic is not for everybody. Trust me, honey, it's not for everybody. And that experience alone will teach you to go take your ass up to church and get confessed and get blessed and baptized or whatnot. Some other shit ain't for, ain't for people. Anyways, and the first part of the dream, a shaman, and she told me, she's like, I'm going to give you something. She's like, I don't do this to everyone. This is to protect you. And she gave me an amulet. This girl got kidnapped by semi driver. She had very, very blonde hair and blue eyes. Not only did she survive the first people because she was babysitting her kids, and she survived that kidnapping couple, and they were giving her drugs, but she had a high tolerance of drugs because she was like low key a drug addict, and these people didn't know that she was like a drug addict. Well, that's what I dreamt because I was in her body, and it's like I got in her body, and I can have, don't never mind. That's too much information. Anyways, and so after I got that, and I was trying to call someone that I knew, I was like, something's wrong. This person, I kept trying to call people, and the phone was acting out. Okay, and then I woke up, and then yesterday's dream, I got dreamt into more detail into the town. In the town. And when I was escaping, it's like I helped this woman escape. I helped her escape, and they didn't kill the local Pepsi man and stuff because they know that would like look bad. They did it only to like how can I explain it? Like from the moment if you stop in their city, in their little town, that's where they get all your information and stuff and download everything about you. Like it's like they investigate every single person that stops. And I was warning people. I was able to escape because in my dream I jumped into her body to help her do what she got to do, and she went into Terminator mode. God, I swear it was a fucking movie last night. I was like, and yo, I dreamt a lot yesterday. I never sleep as long as I slept last night. I slept like a fucking rock, dog. I slept, and I also woke up, and when I woke up, I was praying. I was praying because I'm like, there's a lot of shit that's about to go down, and I'm praying. And I can't stop people from going out and having a good time. I can't stop people from living their best life. But you better believe that I do wake up in the middle of the night. When I wake up at a certain time at night, I know I got to pray. And I pray. I usually, when I open my eyes, I pray. Because every moment I can, I try to pray. I mean, I have to pray a lot, dog. I mean, I have like anger issues and shit. I mean, I'm not punching everybody, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you don't want to see me pissed. Anyway, so You ever watch the movie and you wanted to like get in there and like do things for them? Like you ever want to punch someone through the screen? You're watching the movie, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, they're coming for you. It really felt like that in a dream. Also, doesn't it suck? You ever punch in a dream and you can't feel nothing? You're just one when you wake up, like, why couldn't I just punch her in my dream? All right, I'm gonna do a little bit more tarot. I'm giving you a lot of time. I felt fucked up because I did do your reading yesterday and I got all emotional and I don't want to get emotional. Okay. So let's try to keep my mind sane. All right. The Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. This is a lot of money, my love. And the Ace of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So I see someone getting paid a lot of money. There's a lot of money involved. Also, this is like an environment of people that are involved. This is money. There's a lot of money in this little town. There's a lot of money in there. And I believe it's the certain formations of the rocks in this certain location that draws people to be hypnotized, warped in to these certain types of entities that are there. Okay. The Eight of Wands, like I said, hypnotizing, the Ace of Swords, and the Knave of Wands, writing their intentions down. I think someone has figured out some type of like alchemy in a certain location. You got to be careful because this also reminds me a lot of Alaska, because in Alaska they say if you look too much at the what is it called, the fucking, it's not the Milky Way, but the aurora lights. It looks really cool during the Alaskan nights, the aurora lights, but they say if you stare off on it too much, that your hair could turn white. Also, you give yourself an open portal. It almost is like an open portal where you can, whatever it is, you have to go there with a clear set of mind. Because if you go in there with dark intentions, you don't know what kind of spirit you might pick up. It also reminds me of the Ouija board because this kind of reminds me of the Ouija board right here. But what is the history of this town? Why do people in this town tend to be? It also reminds me of the fourth kind. But it was very odd. Like I said, it was like with my eyes, white shut. I believe that was the movie. It reminds me. It was like a mixture of the fourth kind, um, eyes wide open. I believe that's the movie, and then the faculty. Because look, it looks like a bunch of UFOs stationed themselves in that area. Those people aren't humans. They're not humans. They're not of this earth. This is a community of UFOs. UFOs. You see that? This reminds, because this is the hawk. The hawk feeds. It looks for praise. They're little shape shifters inside of their bodies, and they can read your mind. They can read your mind. They can read your mind. They can tell you what to do. Now, this is a really cool movie. If it's a movie, or if this is somebody's testimony, but I don't know, man. I had this dream, Aquarius, and this dream held a lot of prophecy. I feel like it's a warning. Like, get out. Look, I was saying the other day that sometimes, they say it's not the location, it's who you are, but sometimes it really is a location. Because there's certain locations in certain parts of the world that like a lot of people go missing. Um, there's disappearance all the time of certain objects and stuff like that. Like this makes my skin crawl. But you could be watching a scary movie or the Gist or something like that. I don't really know these names. I stopped watching. I mean, this shit still scares me in a way, and I'm rarely scared. And even in my dream, I wasn't scared. The girl was scared until I entered her body. When I entered her body, I wasn't looking for problems. I was looking for solutions because I knew there was something wrong. I could sense it. And in my dream, I was protected because a local there, that like that shaman lady, she only gives that kind of information for her own kind. She wouldn't give it to another kind because some of the people that fall into this town or these people are really bad people. And so this shaman, she wasn't going to just help anybody. If you are a bad person, you were going to fall into that warp of being sucked in by these people. I don't know what kind of intention they had, but they did. But and I'm not trying to say I'm special, but she did give me something to protect me. And I don't know why I'm telling you this, Aquarius, because I was gonna wait to do this on Talk to Me, but I'm just gonna say it for Aquarius. It could be any kind of cultive things that just are not for you. You know what I'm saying? Some shit ain't for you. Some shit ain't for me either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that some shit. I respect whichever you got going on, but it ain't for me, dog. I don't got no time to dabble in that shit. I don't dabble on Ouija boards or nothing like that. You got me fucked up because I know the consequences of opening up that type of warp. It ain't for me, dog. I mean, I probably could if I wanted to now, but I don't. I'm with you on that shit. It's not for me. It's not for me. It doesn't call me. But I would suggest if you're opening that kind of stuff, you better be come from a family of mediums, family of shamans that can help you. Because people go and fuck around with shit of divination and they've never understood that what comes behind divination. It's really, we are a secret society, and there's some things that people are not going to approve of that you put out into the world to hypnotize people to do some fucked up shit to other people. We all got to be held accountable for the things that we and I feel like the dream is an interpretation of that. Like I'm just like I said, I'm good at telling stories. So I want you to understand the concept of this. Sometimes when we're young, dumb, and naive, we put ourselves through situations that can really hypnotize ourselves, or we go condition ourselves to believe that something, some way of life is right, but you're really killing yourself off. And people that have a bigger agenda understand what they're doing to you. They understand they're making you a zombie. You understand they're going to groom you to do things that you would not ever imagine to ever do, but they got you under their hypnosis, such as drugs, alcohol, depression, certain demons, money, greed, sexual acts. Like, you start hanging around with a certain group, you start finding yourself becoming them. Hypnotized, grooming being groomed to be in a certain society that if you weren't hypnotized, if you were under this influence, you would see the world a lot more different. So sometimes people's spirits come to guide them. If you've ever had an experience where an angel shows up on you and leads you the fuck out of certain places, there have been stories of people that would say that, like, there's stories in Oregon. There's a lot of stories about kids that had disappeared and then reappeared like 5 months later without a scratch on their head or nothing like that. And they said a bear saved them, or like a fairy saved them. Another little kid saved me, a wolf. What would, what, what kind of out of the world stories? And they're there in the flesh. They should be dead. But no, they're not. They're alive. And they would tell you, well, I survived off of berries. Well, I don't remember what happened. I was only gone for 5 minutes, but they were only gone for 5 months, 5 days, 5 weeks. I was telling someone the other day, I gave someone some advice. I said, you got to be very careful astral projecting because if you don't learn how to ground yourself, you will find yourself in a different dimension and not be able to come back. You leave your vessel open for something that ain't of this world to take over it. You constantly have to get yourself cleansed. You constantly have to be talking to God and ground yourself. We are still human. As long as you're in this body, we are human. And I had shared something on TikTok about a child. There was a woman, a medium, that was telling the parents, she's like, well, what's going on with your child is that your child is very gifted and astral projecting, that he astral projects while he's sleeping. And that's the scary stuff, is that his actual spirit went all the way somewhere where they can't come back. And now something has that isn't your son's spirit has taken over your child. If you're watching my readings, I will assume you have leveled at a certain mastery in life. Because even when you start going to certain churches, you gonna see some shit that was going to trip you the fuck out. Because I've seen things at church. Down south is known for a lot of people to use that the holy water and casting out demons in front of you. You ever go to one of those, man? Those are some real powerful things. They also use serpents. They use snakes because their faith in God. See, when you come face to face to a serpent, you don't fear it. Coming from someone that's been in the belly of the beast. And that's a different story for another day.